Hello, I'm Dropin and welcome to the Last Play Blight, which is available in less than a week on the 3rd of October. As always, I'll leave some handy links for you down below in the description if you want to check it out for yourself and wishlist it, all that good stuff. If you don't know what this game is, this is an open world realistic survival game set in a kind of medieval period where there's a blight across the land and you have to try and knock back the blight. At the moment, the story is somewhat bare bones, but there is a story, but it's kind of short. But you get the ability to be able to knock back the blight, which is this kind of green gas. If you go into it, it starts damaging you, and eventually it will start. You'll start losing health, and you'll start to die. So yeah, avoiding that at all costs. But eventually, you can knock it back and sort of burn it back. But I won't get into too much detail on that one. I've done a couple of series on this in the past, and I figured I'd do a tutorial series because there was an update a few weeks back, and I lost all my saves because he changed some of the back end, how the game works, etc. So yeah, the saves were lost. So I'm going to do another game though, and the first thing I would say to do is go into the gameplay, go into your settings and change the speed up time ability to all interactions. Usually it's on some interactions. I'd make sure that it does all, just so that you can speed up any interaction. Whether you choose to speed them up or not is entirely up to you, but I would have that on because when you're going to have to make 20 clay bricks, for instance, the ability to be able to speed up time is really handy. So I'm going to go to new game. There's two settings. I'm going to play on the standard. Easier just gives you an easier time, less stamina and hunger and thirst drain and all that sort of stuff. There is also a different play style. I'm going to go with the more realistic. So we have to navigate with a map, compass and landmarks. We can't see ourselves on the map. If you're on less realistic, you've got yourself sort of GPS, so you'll be able to see yourself on the map, but it's whichever one you want to play with. And then I'd leave the tutorials on because you want to follow through those, which I'm going to do. And then the maps are all randomly generated. There are no world seeds yet, like say, 7 Days to Die or Minecraft or anything like that, but they are all randomly generated. So if you want, you could generate a few worlds until you find something you like the look of, which might be a good idea. But we'll just kind of jump into a random one and get started, I think. Okay, so here we are, and it's just going to drop some of these tips down here, like the controls, etc. I'm largely going to ignore those because I know them already, but yeah, just follow those. This is the tutorials down here. I'll give you little quests, etc. So right now it wants me to find a river or a lake, and we're going to navigate using the map and compass. So we're going to press M to pull out the map, and I can see straight away, but I was going to go to the journal, but we'll get to that in a second. But for what we're looking for really is we're looking for a spot near woods or even in a wood and near a river or a lake, and I would say also a road. This actually looks like a pretty good spot. We could go and check that out. That's my home place. If I press J, that's the journal. That's telling me about setting up my camp. This is where your quests and things are. Catalogue is when you find things out in the world that kind of pop up here and you can go and have a look at them, what they do, what you can craft with them, etc. So it tells me I'm there. If you're in the less realistic mode, you'll have a blue triangle on here, and you can just use that to navigate yourself around. But because we're in less realistic mode, we're going to have to get our compass out and find out. Yeah, we are there. Okay, so red is north and blue is south, so we want to go east that way. And this is not a bad spot. Over this way, press Alt. That'll bring up everything that's on the ground. I'm pretty sure it's preset to toggle. But if it isn't, go into the settings and change it. It's in there because you can either hold it down and then when you let go they disappear, or you can just flick it on and off and have a toggle. I would say toggle, but it's up to you, whichever one you want. So I'm going to keep running along here. It's going to want me to pick up small stones, so I'm going to do that. We might just pick some large stones up as well because it's going to want me to do that. And there we go. Do that. I could do the tutorial as well, but as I say, I'm largely going to ignore the keybinds and stuff in the middle because I kind of know them already. So pine cones are the best food in the game because you can use those to craft and get pine nuts out, which don't give you any blight. Most food in the game will give you some kind of blight level, which as you take blight, I think up to about 15 you're okay, but after that it'll start impacting your hunger and thirst consumption, and then the higher up as well, it'll start damaging you as well over time. There are ways to get rid of it. As I say, when you discover things, you can just click on them and, tells you what you can do with them. So you can use them as kindling, that sort of thing. It's in that journal if you just press J. Ooh, hello. You know what? That's a pretty good spot, actually. Yeah, I'm looking for somewhere fairly flat. You can manipulate the terrain, but it's not great at the moment, I'll say that. You can do it, but it takes a bit of time. They're trying to find a flat spot near water and near a road, which that kind of ticks all the boxes, actually. I'm kind of, yeah, let's set up here. Screw that. Let's set up here. That's a pretty good spot. Wow, that was a lucky find. We got to pick up the stones because it wants me to make a fire pit. So we'll do that next. Let's grab small stones. And then when you're near a river as well, there will be clay, because those are the things you're going to be looking for. Water, wood, and clay are probably the three things you're going to be looking for quite early. And so if you're near a river or a lake, there's a good chance that there'll be clay. But there we go. I can see some on the other side. Oh, I can see some there as well. Brilliant. Oh, wow. Well, that's pretty good. Nice. Yeah, it's a good spot. Brilliant. Right, let's break up those rocks into smaller rocks. And at the moment, the small stone is basically going to act like a hammer. Until you can actually craft a hammer, it's going to kind of do that. So we then press B. And what we're going to do is go cooking, and we're going to make a fire pit. Don't worry about where you place things. You can just take them up and get the resources back. So you don't like a position of something, you can move it later on. So don't worry too much about that. But I'm going to place that down, and then the thing I love about this is he starts actually building it, which I just think is so cool. And then there's the speed up, so we can speed that up. Then it's going to want me to do a bunch of stuff. So stockpile wood, because nighttime is coming. Energy is basically how tired we are. Obviously hunger, thirst, and our health. Then when you start taking blight, you'll get another little blight meter here, but at the moment we don't have any of that. So it wants me to do kindling. Well, let's just chop down a tree, shall we? Let's get our axe out, it's in our hand, and we just chop down one of these trees like so. Great, we can just speed up the time. Again, you don't have to do that. Jay brings up the journal, which we've already done, like so. Down she goes, and that'll give you a load of pine branches, things like that. Oh, do you know what? I ain't got enough space. I'm so used to having the big backpack. Damn, yeah. Right, let's have bedroll. Let's place that down. You want to place that near to... Let's kind of hold shift and just see if we can get that. We go green. There we are. Let's say again, you can pick it up. That's where we're going to sleep. And you're going to sleep near the fire because the animals get a little bit... yeah, a little bit restless and curious at night. So fire is definitely going to be something you're going to want to keep. And then we're going to need kindling and tinder, so it needs like pine branches, and we're telling us to get twigs, so we'll do that. We'll do what it's telling us to do at the moment. Let's just grab all of this. Oh, there was a button actually, you can hold T, can't you, to pick everything up? Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that much because I'm so used to just clicking on everything to pick it up, but there you go. It is what it is. Let's keep going there. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm so used to just clicking on things, which is kind of how you did it before. We've ran out of space. Let's come over here. You right click on things, you can start a stockpile, which we'll just put it out there, but this is exposed to the elements. So things like firewood, you want to eventually put that under shelter because obviously it's going to get wet and it's going to give you less burn time. But for the moment, we don't really have those options. So let's kind of craft, and we'll get some pine leaves, which will give us some tinder. And then this will be our kindling. I'm going to just do a stockpile with that. You can break the sticks up, but I would say just pick the twigs off the ground, especially as we live in a forest, you know. And yeah, I kind of like this tree as well. I don't normally find many of these. Mostly it's just pine trees. I was going to... No, do you know what? We'll leave that as a focal point. Kind of like that. Let's keep that. Yeah, let's go with that. Grab more of these. Now we'll grab some twigs, just need one more twig. And then it says ignite the fire pit, but we'll kind of hold off on that for a second. Now let's put that in there as kindling, tinder. There we are. And then you can light this with a stick, but if you can find some small flint on the ground, that's a better fire starter. You've got a better chance of starting it. Let's just chop this up. We'll get some firewood on the go. And then if you just click left click when it's in your hand, you can then just place it down, and then you can chop it up into firewood. What we'll do. And most of the animals are scared of the fire, apart from the brown bear wasn't last time I played it. So it wants me to ignite that. We'll ignite it. It's probably going to want me to make a bowl, isn't it? Usually what it wants me to do next. Probably going to want me to make, yeah, a stone bowl. So we get a stone, small stone, and we'll turn that into a bowl. And then that's going to be our primary water source for the foreseeable future. And then go to a nearby river or lake, and because it's in our offhand, just right click, collect that up, and then we're going to just boil that up there, and that'll take 14 minutes. But at the moment, if you try to put that in your backpack once it's boiled, it will spill. So you can't carry the wood, you can't carry the water at the moment, unless you find a container, which there are, like abandoned log cabins that sometimes have tools and jars and other things in them as well. Or you can make a leather water skin as well. So at the moment you can't carry water, so you're kind of somewhat tied to where we are at the moment. That makes sense. I'm going to chop this up because we're going to need firewood later on. So there's 4 hours remaining until the sun goes down, and it kind of wants me to stockpile firewood, but I'm just going to put these down. And this actually makes a decent little fence to start with as well, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself on that one. That's good. I'm going to get all these picked up. You only carry one thick log, but you can carry 2 of these smaller ones. Hence why you want to kind of be near or in a forest, because carrying wood around is quite difficult to start with, or quite time consuming. So once we make the rabbit snare, that's a bit RNG based, but I'll do it anyway. But I'm probably just going to largely live on pine nuts, but I'll do it because it's the tutorial, so let's kind of do that. So it wants me, as it's, what was it, sticks? Hang on, let me have a look. Press C to craft. Yeah, it's rope, which is dog's bane. If you pick that up, turn that into rope, and then we just want some sticks for that. I mean, we could actually just craft those and get the kindling, but we're in a forest, so, you know, I don't think sticks are going to be too much of an issue. There we go. And then, yeah, the rabbits going into them. It took me ages in the last series to get a rabbit to go into it, but eventually it'll happen. But the animals will also eat the meat. So if there's a rabbit caught in it, a wolf or a coyote might come up and eat it, and they'll do the same in your camp as well. Oh look, is that a rabbit? I think it is. Oh, that might be a good spot for one. Wherever you see rabbits, you've got a chance of catching one. So, you can just nail it with a spear though as well, so we might try that. Let's go and go there. Oh, there we are. Perfect. Make that. But yeah, if you've got some meat or something in your camp, bears and wolves and things will come in and try and eat it. So yeah. And so if you caught a rabbit in there and it's been in there for a day or two, there's a good chance a coyote or something will have found it and eaten it. So yeah. And then obviously we just got to cook the rabbit, but that's going to take some time. So you can nail it with a spear, but we'll try the snare for now, and then we'll try and nail it later if we don't get that point, but not too worried. Let's kind of carry on. And we'll just pick all this stuff and kind of clear it out of the way. Wants me to make a charcoal fire pit next, so we'll do that. Let's make a stockpile for some of this stuff. Let's say it will just be on the ground at the moment, and it's just kind of a bit messy, but it's kind of the way it is. Got this into firewood because it wants me to do charcoal towards metalworking. It's like Vintage Story, if you ever played that. You can't melt down the copper or bronze. You can't make that without charcoal because the wood doesn't get hot enough. So we go to do build, and we'll do a small one because yeah, we don't want to do the big one just yet. That's good. And then it's going to want me to make the charcoal pit, so that's more sticks. Was it 10? Have a look. Burning. Yeah, it was 10, and then some mud as well. Which again, the river is a good spot for that because you're right next to the mud. So definitely going to be a good one. And then hold left control, click, and it'll just start picking up mud in various amounts. You can get a shovel and obviously, you know, get a lot more. But for now, that's fine. Hopefully we can get a rabbit as well. That'd be kind of nice. Right, that's good. Let's have a drink as well, because we're getting a little bit thirsty. So let's drink all of that. Going to speed that up, and then you may as well keep it on the go and just keep on, you know, boiling the water and then you've got it. You can always tip it away if you don't. But as I say, if you do this, it'll pop up and say the contents will be emptied. Because, you know, if you put a stone pole in your backpack, it would empty water. So there we go. Let's kind of add that in. Oh, I need just a little bit more. I could take the sticks out of the stockpile, but I'm just picking them up because, yeah, you're going to need those later on if you plan on building a base. So trust me. You can also break the long sticks into shorter sticks, but again, I would probably not do that just because you're going to need them to build later on. Oh, there we go. We'll grab a little bit of mud. There we are. And, ooh, we've got that as well. That's a good find. Nice. Go there. Just need some sticks. Over here. Oh, wow. Oh, damn, I've got... Really? Oh, wow, the rabbit... Oh, damn. It took me days to do that last time. Alright, well, let's skin this. We've got a knife. I'll put that in my tool belt, actually. So the rabbit is slightly infected. As it goes on as well, the animals become more infected and obviously become a little bit more desperate as well. So we'll start in visiting your camp. Let's take all that up. Damn, that was good. Wow. What's that? Oh, that's a coyote. Alright, we'll leave him alone for a bit. But let's grab the last of the sticks. Wow, that took me ages last time to do that. Damn, that's lucky. Okay, cool. And then it's probably going to want me to start making clay bricks and that sort of thing. But let's kind of finish this off. Make this thing. We can get this lit before night. Then we'll have the charcoal in the morning. But there's some way off doing metalworking. That's probably going to be in the next episode. But let's drink that. Does it want me to cook up the rabbit? Yeah, it does. We'll do that. So if we get rid of that, we need a cooking surface like a bowl or a pot or something like that. Cook that up. That's great. Let's get rid of these pine branches as well. Oops, sorry. That pine branch, there we go. The deer are very curious as well, aren't they? There we go. Perfect. Right, so cook the raw rabbit, ignite the charcoal pit. We could do that actually. Yeah, let's do that. That's not going to do that. Many of those, there we are. Do that, and then if we take all of those out as well, as the pine nuts don't give you any blight. Like when I eat that, you'll see I'll get a little bit of blight. And then we'll get that in there as our kindling, and then we'll get our tinder, 82%, let's go with it. Yeah, there we go, brilliant. Then that will slowly cook down, it's going to take 4 hours, but there we are. Right, oh. Time. Did the fire pit always have a timer? Well, that's a new thing. I don't remember that. Did it always have a timer? Put those in there as well, and we'll just burn them up. It's fine. Now let's start stockpiling. So we start stockpiling some wood. Let's put that in there as well. Get that out of the way. Now it wants us to start collecting mud. Yeah, we'll start collecting mud, why not? So, mud, here we are. Only wants me to collect load. Probably wants me to make one little brick. Alright, there we go. Sculpt a mud brick and sculpt a clay bowl as well. So I'm going to eat that. As you can see, it's going to give me 39 food, but it's going to give me 0.5 blight. But I'm going to do it anyway. You don't have to eat it, but I'm just going to do it just to show you. So I've now got a little blight meter that's popped up. You can get rid of that later on, but right now we'll have it. But I mean, probably I wouldn't bother with it, but I'm just kind of showing you the tutorial, so it's fine though. There we go, that's good. Right, so we got some of that. So sculpt a mud brick. So if you right click on it, there's multiple ways of doing it, but I'm going to sculpt a bunch of them because I know it's going to want me to make a mud kiln. And then sculpt a clay bowl. So, and this is going to be wet clay, so we have to put it in a kiln to fire it up and harden it. So, we right click, go build. We're going to need 20 of those, and it wants me to do that, so let's do that next. That's good. And then sculpt a clay brick, a clay bowl, and harden a mud brick in the kiln. Do we have to harden a mud brick? Well, that should be clay brick. Finish the mud brick kiln. I feel like that should be a clay brick, but I could be wrong on that one. Yeah, I feel like that's wrong, but there we go. Let's grab the clay. Got a bit more clay there, and then have we got any? I'm going to just go away from my camp actually. Collect this mud. Yeah, let's go a little bit further away because you can deform the terrain, and I prefer to do it a little bit away from the camp. Grab that. So I'm going to need, what was it? 20 bricks, I think it was. Getting me quite a bit. Have a look. And then to craft, you can either click it once and do 1 and it will queue it up, or if you shift click, it'll do it in multiples of 5. So just shift click a few times. There we go. It's good. Let's go and have a look at this. So that's nicely cooking away. Ah yeah, I need another 4. Okay, that's good. Go craft. 4. There we are. Then we'll get that done, and then we can harden the bowl off as well. Get that built next. Perfect. Brilliant. And then it wants me to harden that off. So again, we're going to need to light this up, aren't we? So let's get that in there. Get a twig in there. To fuel this thing, I'm going to use the scrap wood from this here. So, oh, I need an axe in my hand, and there we go. But you can use that as an anvil. Ooh, which is something I definitely need to remember. Yes, that's a good point. That was from the last series. You watched that one. I didn't know that was you actually made a bronze anvil the time before I played it, but that was removed, and you now just use a tree stump, which I removed a load of the tree stumps. So yeah, I've got to kind of remember that. Oh, let's use the tea pickup as well. Oh wow, like dinner is coming to the door, isn't it? There we go. Sculpt a soft clay brick. Yeah, it's harden a mud brick. That's weird. Kind of do that, and then we got any clay? Yeah, there we go. Craft a few of those. To be honest, I'm going to sculpt a bunch more. Okay, put those in there. I think we can only hold, was it 6 things in here? Yeah, it was. Okay, we'll do, I need some more clay, never mind. Go and grab some more clay from over here. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good spot. Not bad. There we are. Let's go and grab the clay. Again, we can make a shovel later on. You can get more clay and do it faster, etc. But let's not do the dirt. That's fine. Right, let's sculpt another one of those. Like so, I'll just do 1 because I can only do 4 at a time. So we will need those. So let's. We need a twig. Just get the twigs off the ground. Or we could just use pine cones, to be honest. But I'll use the twigs for the moment. And we don't really need to worry about the food because we had that rabbit, so we're looking pretty good. Right. Let's come back and then at least we can get this lit before I go to bed, and then it'll be all done in the morning then. Now let's do 82%. Risk it. There we go, perfect. As you can see, they'll slowly harden up a little percentage. So that's good. We'll just make a stockpile with the mud for the moment. And then, to be honest, I'm going to do the same with the scrap wood. Good as well. And then I'm going to go and grab this. There's some clay over here somewhere, wasn't there? Yeah, there was. Grab this as well. We're going to need it. It's going to want me to make the crucible soon. Oh, it's a bot. No, it says harden in the mud brick kiln. I'm reading it wrong. Won't be the first time. I just noticed I was thinking, what are you talking about, hardening a mud brick? It's not the game, it's you, Pin. There you go, right. It's good, so we got a load of that. Go there, that's great. That's all hardening up nicely. I'm going to start sculpting some more bricks because I know I'm going to need them. But there's a bunch of these things like axe molds. Crucible is something we're going to also need as well to actually do the smelting. And then, yeah, again, you have to actually put that in a kiln and harden it off. But some of them are quite big, like the bowls and cooking bowl and things like that. Or the cooking pot, that you can't get them in this. You have to make the... where are we? The kiln. You have to make this brick kiln because they're too big to go in there. And then, yeah, there's a bunch of other things as well. Walls, transport as well. So there's some other things. Wheelbarrows, carts, storage. So these, for instance, will put things in, like you could put salt in there. If you've got salt on you and it rains, it'll start dissolving. But if you've got it in that container, it won't, for instance. Things like that. So we're going to need to put everything under cover. Let's kind of chop some of this up. Some wood. Stack that up. A load of firewood. I'm going to carry 4 bits of firewood. Yeah, it's only got like an hour. So let's chuck that in there. To be honest, I'm going to take that out because the bowl shouldn't take too long. Start stacking that up. We're going to need 8 hours. Yeah, there we are. Everything's almost done. There we go. I'm going to replace that with these soft clay bricks. There we are. And then it's going to want me to place the crucible furnace. First thing though, let's get a bowl of water boiling. Always kind of want water, so, you know. You got your fire going, you may as well do something with it and cook something or boil water. There we are. And then we'll place the crucible furnace. So build crucible furnace. And as I say, you can move all this stuff, which I will do later on. But for now, I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to build everything. So at the moment, I'm just going to place it down and we can move it later. So it now wants me to build the crucible furnace and then find copper and tin. And also chamomile flowers as well, because that's going to be a healing potion. And the copper and tin is usually rocky outcrops. There's also cliff faces which could have a cave entrance, which has usually got resources like iron, copper, tin, that sort of thing as well. How are we doing there? Oh, we've only got 10 minutes. Is that thing? I don't remember that timer being there. Put that in. Right, let's just keep that going. We might be able to harden off a load more bricks. Yeah, let's do that. That's good. And then we'll chop that up as well. You can keep the fire going, and that will keep animals away. As the blight gets worse and worse, they will start sort of encroaching on your territory. And apart from the brown bears, the others will stay away from the fire. But the brown bears, the last time I played it, they didn't care. They just come in. So yeah. But yeah, we've got that. What have we got? We've got 5 in there. Got 6 in there, so we've got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, we've got enough. What I need to make now is some mud mortar, isn't it? Yeah. What we need, let's have a look. Was it 2,000 to make that? Yeah, 2,000 mud mortar. So I'm going to store that on the ground for a second. And then let's go and grab some mud from there. Oh, there's still a little bit of clay here as well. Alright, well, we'll grab that. Do that. Right, that's a decent amount. Let's grab that bit of clay. Added it there as well. Grab that. Perfect. And then to make mud mortar, there's a few ways of doing it, but let's go in here, right click, and you can mix it up, dirt, clay, a bit of water in a bowl, but the easier way of doing it, in my opinion, is to just mix the clay and mud together. It's a lot easier. Like so. There we are. And we put that in there. And if I just grab a little bit, oh sorry, single bit, there we are, that's good. We'll go craft again. Should just be enough. Otherwise, if you've got a lot of clay in your inventory, what tend to happen was you'd make a ton of mud mortar, which is not that bad because you can use it later on, so you will need it for other things, but right now, there we are. That should, once those are done, yeah, be enough bricks. That's brilliant. And how long has that got? 36 minutes. Yeah, I'm sure that was new. I don't remember that being in the game. That's good. That's a good touch if it is, but yeah, I don't remember that being in there. There we go. Let's drink all of that, and then we'll boil that because we'll do some hunger and thirst in the morning. So there we are. And then it's going to want us to go to sleep, but I don't think we're quite ready yet, are we? Boil that again. That's good. And then yeah, we've got a bunch of bones. This stuff is probably going to go off before I could... Ooh, can I make a torch? I don't think I can. I need 2. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, it's going to go off. So I'm just going to dump it on the floor here for now, and, you know, I could make a storage, I guess. Yeah, to be honest, let's make a build. Let's just go to storage. It's a lot easier. Make this stick crate, which is good, but if anything in there like salt, as I say, or if you put charcoal or anything like that in there, it will get wet. So, and the salt will dissolve as well. So it's a good little storage temporary measure, but you know, you want to make the actual wooden storage boxes because they'll keep things dry at least. So yeah, let's just go around and grab a load of sticks. It's good. Do that as well. Great, and then yeah, any questions or anything, just ask in the comments. People will generally help you out with this game. It's quite a friendly community, and there's also the developer has a Discord as well. So if you're struggling, just go there as well. They're pretty friendly and help out as well. And I'm going to set up a little area in my Discord as well. So that link will be down below for that as well. Where we do some tips and tricks. Yeah, I've still got 9 hours, but I'm only going to sleep for 8 hours. So, yeah, I'm going to go a little bit longer on that. So, what do we need for this? I need 9 and I need 9. Okay, 9 of each. Go then. So you can break up the long sticks, but I kind of like to keep them full just because at Dog's Bane. But this is your rope as well, so you're going to want to be collecting that. Just because you can't stick the sticks back together, so kind of prefer to just go out and try and find the sticks. But there are, oh there we go, there's these large bushes which are a good source of sticks. You can get pine branches, normally get a long stick, and then you get a few others as well, all sticks, but yeah, they're a good little source of sticks. You can take the pine branches off and just get sticks from them, so if you're looking for that, it's a good spot. There we are. I think we just make this storage as well before nightfall. Yeah, the wolves are howling, so there we go. And then next episode we will go out, try and find some copper, and try and make our first stone tool, a metal tool as well. That's the next thing we want. Ah, perfect. I got 9. Right, let's speed that up again. Brilliant, and then I could craft those down. Yeah, I've got 9 sticks as well if I do that. Yeah, let's do that. The animals do come out a bit more active at night as well, so being near the campfire does have its benefits. So, those are all done as well, that's perfect. Right, let's build this thing. Then we can just unload some of the bones and things in there as well. Some things don't stockpile as well. Some do, some don't. Yeah, there we go. We'll just chuck that in there. A bunch of that stuff in there for the moment. That does have a stockpile, but we'll kind of just chuck it in there. There we are. Another bone. Brilliant. Let's go. Should we go to sleep? Actually, let's just finish this crucible furnace off. Why not? There we are. Throw all that in there. Let's hit the sack now. Because as you can see, we are starting to lose max stamina because we're tired. So we do want to go to sleep. Wait till morning. And then, yeah, next episode we'll try and gather up the rest of this stuff. Well rested. Day 2. There we are. So it's telling me about the basic shelter now. And end the blight. Look out for an anti-serum. So you've heard of whispers of druids in far-off land that know to combat the blight. I think at some point a letter will turn up in the camp. But we're going to wait for that. But let's build this next. Just carry on building up. There we go, that's good. And then that's ready. Then I've got to go out and find the copper and the tin. So you smelt the copper and tin together and you get bronze. Or if you just want the copper, you just smelt the copper. But we need that. So we'll go and gather that next. It's going to start shelter building as well, which we'll do in the next episode with the long sticks. Not sure exactly where I'm going to build. I think what I'm going to do, a little bit hilly this way, isn't it? So I think I'll probably cut that way, but I won't remove the tree stumps just yet because I'm going to need them for anvils and that sort of thing. But yeah, I think it's actually a really good spot. It's reasonably flat. Kind of pleased with that. And there's a few techniques to flatten it out as well, which we'll get into. But yeah, I think though for now, I think this is a good place to call it, and I think we'll end the episode. I'm going to add that there, and we'll just do a little bit of get ourselves hydrated. And then next episode we'll go out and try and find some copper and tin. Try and show you where that is. Again, it's kind of randomly generated, so you know you might find some in the rocky outcrops, you might not. But just keep looking in those areas and you should find some. And then we'll get some food as well. Let's just take those out. As I say, they don't give you any blight. You lose a bit of hunger, you lose a bit of thirst, but you don't get any blight. So it's definitely the food source at the moment to go for, in my opinion. And then to be honest as well, let's craft, and I'll make a couple of improvised spears because we'll want those to take down coyotes and that sort of thing. But I haven't actually fought anything yet, but that'll happen in the next episode. I'm surprised I haven't had anything come in, but early game you generally don't get too pestered by coyotes and wolves and that sort of thing, but they will start turning up. Oh, there we go, look, on cue. They're chasing a rabbit. There we are. They will start honing in on your camp the further on. And oh look, this is finished as well with the charcoal. Perfect. Brilliant. There you go. As I say, as you pick things up, you can just click on it and learn about the various things, what it's used for, that sort of thing. And that'll be in your journal as well. So all the things I've found so far are in my journal here, and so you can go and have a look at them. But anyway, I think for now, I think this is a good place to call it, and we'll end the episode. So if you want to see more of this, hit that like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. It really helps out the channel and lets me know you want to make more. But as I say, if you've got problems, go to the Discord for the developer, my Discord, or even in the comments of this video as well, and we'll try and help you out as best we can. Well, I will try and help you out as best I can, but I'm sure the community will as well. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling, and I think that's where I'll call it, and I'll end the episode. So if you like that one, please give me a thumbs up, comment your thoughts down below, subscribe for more. I really do appreciate it. Stay safe out there, everyone, and I'll catch you next time.